I often meander along roads and let my drives lead me to points of interest. In this case, back in May of 2021, I found myself cruising through Batesville, Arkansas, and seeing hints of a car-related museum, like the Mark Martin Motorsports Shop. Then seeing a NASCAR sitting out front of a Ford dealership pretty well hooked me. I had no idea of who Mark Martin was. I've never watched much racing, so my ignorance was really kicking in. Although I knew something special could possibly be inside the Mark Martin dealership, so I pulled in and was amazed. This cathedral-like dealership was like no other automotive dealership I've ever seen. This was glorious. Coming face to face with racing cars in a fantastic Ford GT blew me away. You will be too. Let's dig a little deeper into this Mark Martin showroom of glory and discover its treasures that I think you would enjoy seeing in person. Welcome! I hope you're doing great. Thank you for checking out this video. Please consider subscribing to Motoring Fanatic and/or Road Odyssey, both of my YouTube channels. It's free, why not? I really appreciate it. I have a little bit of the what, where, when, and how of the Mark Martin Museum. Hope you watch all the way through to the checker flag. Mark Martin has been described as intense. His NASCAR museum is much the same. You don't have to be a die-hard racing fan to enjoy the museum. It is simply a cool pit stop for most anyone. The Mark Martin Museum is his personal racing history showcase. It features the race cars he drove, his awards, lots of awards, clothing, history referring to his racing career. Okay, bad joke. Some cool big boy toys like the motorcycle, and a gift shop. Google and TripAdvisor both give it good ratings, as you would suspect. For what it is, I think it's a fair enough rating, especially if you're kind of into cars and such. As TripAdvisor says, it is at least a 1-hour visit, more if you are a full-blown NASCAR enthusiast. The museum is open 8 a.m., 6 p.m. Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 Saturday. Admission is free. I have several links about Mark Martin, the museum, and cool videos you might enjoy as well in the description below. And just to let you know, Batesville, Arkansas is a good city. It is definitely a good place for food and to recharge. Where is the museum? It is specifically at 1601 Batesville Boulevard, Batesville, Arkansas. Extremely easy to get to. While cruising along Highway 57, for example, it's off to the east of Batesville. So if you're on 57 and you're in between Bald Knob and Newport, you can turn off on the Highway 167 and the museum is just 30 minutes away. Mark Martin, well, he was originally nicknamed The Kid. He was a former stock car racing driver, raced from 15 years old until his early 50s. He had begun racing on dirt tracks in Arkansas, having raced against greats like Bobby Allison. This was in the 1970s, still a very gritty and hard-fought period in racing history. He drove the number 6 Ford for Roush Racing for the majority of his career. Between 1989 and 2009, he won 40 Cup Series races, 35 having been with Roush. Quote unquote, the greatest driver to never win a championship. Well, second in NASCAR Cup Series 5 times, third in NASCAR Cup Series 4 times, many times coming close to wins in the Daytona 500. and second most wins in the Xfinity Series, having won 49 times. Also won 5 IROC championships plus a record-breaking 13 race wins. Wow, he is certainly a great role model for future race car drivers. As a driver and a person, obviously very determined, focused, detail-oriented, tough as nails, as well as having a strong work ethic, adaptable, communicates well with his team, takes as much responsibility as possible, honest person. Well, you get the idea. He is the embodiment of success, well deserving of being included in the NASCAR Hall of Fame in 2017. A little bit about some of these cars. Mark Martin's first race car is the number 2 1955 Chevrolet, I believe a 6-cylinder sedan. He drove the car back in 1974 when he was 15 years old at the Batesville track. Here is a picture of what he is saying is his second car, looking much like the first. The number 6 Ford Taurus Roush racing car, the paint scheme, which altered a little from 97, was done in 1998. The Valvoline paint scheme that Mark Martin carried on his number 6 Roush Racing Ford in 1998 was one of his most iconic looks. The 1999 Ford Taurus, number 60, used in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, where Mark Martin won 6 races in 1999. Black and gold is a good classic scheme. Good looking car. The Ford Taurus number 6 Viagra was, I believe, between 05 and 06, where there were 4 different paint schemes. Here is the white one and the black one. Very cool. The racing truck is number 21 from 2007, a Ford F-150. He won an amazing 5 IROC championships and 13 race wins in the truck. The number 5 Car Quest is from Hendrick Motorsports from 2009. He won 5 races and finished second in points with this car. The museum car is the more yellow base color with Tony the Tiger on the hood. I'm not certain where the one with Car Quest on the hood fits into the timeline. The number 55 Aaron's Toyota Camry is from 2012 and came from the Michael Waltrip Racing. Mark Martin had 4 top 5 and 10 top 10 finishes in this 2012 season with this fantastic car. In conclusion, Mark Martin retired on November 8th, 2013. No cars after that point, obviously. This video is obviously also retired as well. I have quickly skimmed over a lot of information and details about Mark Martin and his museum. I hope I have provided you with enough information to get you interested in visiting the museum. And with that, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. And I appreciate you subscribing to my Motoring Fanatic and/or Road Odyssey YouTube channels. So please, relax. Take it easy, and I will see you later. Bye.